You take your life hella serious and people say you no fun because you letting people know how you want to be treated. You letting people know they're not finna have your name up in their mouth and play with it. Now they saying, oh, nah, you no fun. Nah, we don't want to hang out with you. But good, because you get to maintain your peace of mind. You get to maintain the peace in your life. Do you know that you were the peace in a lot of people's lives, but they took you for granted? Just your presence alone brought about the peace that they could not find. Just your presence alone brought about the sun in their gloomy weather. And they took you for granted. And now they gotta tolerate garbage in their lives. Now they gotta tolerate trash because they had diamonds. They had gems with them and they could not appreciate it. Isn't that how the Most High works? That's how the Most High gets to teach each and every one of us lessons. We should not be playing with earth angels. We should not be playing with the good people that God keeps in our lives. For real, family members included. If you have that 1, 2, 3 family members in your life that got your back, don't play with them. Don't take them for granted. You better make sure that you're showing them that you appreciate them, be it in just words. If you can get them gifts, do that. But please don't be playing with the angels that God puts in your life, because when they get to shift out, you're going to feel it. Because you could not take it upon yourself to be an angel in somebody else's life, then now God has to teach you. Now you got to learn, you got to go through the discipline, but in a much more harder way. My dear brothers and sisters, it's a lot of good things that the Most High has put for us on this planet that we take for granted. And we need to pray that it doesn't get taken away from us. We need to pray that the grace of the Most High stays upon each and every one of us. Because the way I'm looking at these days now, the way I'm looking at these times now, what I'm really seeing, how people is dogging people out, how people is really overlooking the good ones, the saints that are here. It's not easy to find good people. It's not easy to have good people come into your life and sacrifice for your well-being, sacrifice for you. And then you turn around and treat them like they nothing. You turn around and act like they don't even exist. My dear brothers and sisters, it was written in the scriptures that we're gonna go through a phase where the hearts of men and women will grow cold. Are we the ones letting it get to that point, or is it because it is prophesied and it has to happen that way? Is it because we just don't care? Is it because we're letting ourselves get cold, or is it because prophecy must be fulfilled? Because if you ask me, I think there's a certain part of us that's just ignoring that which is necessary. We are beings fashioned with love. So how can we let love grow cold in us, my dear brothers and sisters? How? Let's not let ourselves get there. But then again, if it does, it's prophecy. We know that for that which is good to come about and for us to truly appreciate it, that which is bad has to come through and teach us a good lesson. So here we are. We're going through the days. We're seeing how slowly but surely, instead of progressing exponentially, it almost seems like we are deteriorating negatively. But the common denominator is here to project it, to try to see how we can possibly save the day. Are we going to tolerate and accommodate evil and act like that is what we want to live with us, rather than to appreciate good, appreciate that which brings us joy, that which brightens our days? My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to the Chosen's Path. I am the common denominator. You see, when you come here, I'ma always point out these little things that we often overlook. I'm guilty of it too. And I'm projecting it that way we all can collectively think about it and start to work on it. So many good people in the world that are feeling like goodness is dying away. Is it because they are letting the good in them die away? Or is it because every time that they step out and they try to project love, they are getting hate? Every time that they do good, others are quick to take advantage and they do not reciprocate. Is that what we are dealing with now, my dear brothers and sisters? Is this the reality that we are saying we are trying to establish? No doubt a lot of people are just shifting off grid. They can't take it no more. You probably even thinking about it too. You probably thinking you want to shift out, you know? You realizing that the world is getting cold and you don't want to get cold with it. You saying you don't want to have them snatch your soul. You don't want to have them take out your light. I mean, my God, it is getting difficult out here. But that is why we pray for more strength. It is not by our will, but by his grace. Chosen ones, you are with me today for a reason, because the flame in you must be protected. You must protect your inner light. Know your purpose, know where you at, know where you're from, and know where you're going. That way you don't let nobody waste your time, because that's how they snuff out your light. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. There are much more people in the world that are going to benefit from the goodness in you once you start to see it that way. There are so many different people that you are yet to encounter on the path. So many different people, not just digitally. Sometimes you actually got to shift yourself physically, listening to the voice of spirit. That way you can now be put in the position, in the place where you would fully make the best out of the inner gifts, the abundant love that is in you, the abundant joy that is in you, the abundant goodness that is in you. That is how the Most High works. Communicating with his own through thought, letting them know you have to do what you have to do. If you're realizing that your environment is filled with thorns and you are trying to remove these thorns and you're getting choked up, getting poked up, bruises, blood all over, wounds, and there is no one to help you, you now gotta gather yourself and get serious, because you are realizing that the circumstances that flower, which is you, that you're in, is not conducive for you to truly blossom and grow and stand out as you ought to. So pray for strength, pray for wisdom, and shift and make the most out of your existence, and let the Most High handle the rest. Some battles is not for us. But my dear brothers and sisters, don't get mad. Don't get mad when people out here is treating you like they don't see the good in you, like they don't see the good that you're doing. It's just because within themselves, they don't even appreciate the good that's within them. Once you get to appreciate the good in you, you would appreciate the good in others. Once you get to appreciate the God in you, you will appreciate the God in others, my dear brothers and sisters. That's what this whole Chosen's path is about. We identify the good qualities in ourselves, we reflect it onto others, and we bring it about in others so they can see it in themselves. But once they refuse, we understand that they have work to do. So now we know that we planted the seeds. The Most High, in his grace, is going to water it so they can get to see it within themselves. This is the great age. The energy upon this planet, it's heavy. The cleansing started a long time ago. It's just when we are paying attention to the evil and the wickedness, we are thinking that that is going to be the ultimate final reality. But nah, for that which is righteous to rise and sit upon the throne, that which is evil must surface and fall. Goliath fell, David rose. The devil fell, Yeshua rose. That's just how it is. All this other stuff is just illusions. They're just trying to play games now upon the mind. That's all it is. Just illusions. Victory over death a long time ago through the resurrection. So there's nothing for us to be worried about. My dear brothers and sisters, do not give your mind over to that which appears to be dominating that which is good and righteous. And do not be like the world. Don't be like them. That is what proves that the love and the light of the Christ is in you, because you are distinct from that. When they treat you with evil, you teach them how to treat even themselves with love. Thank y'all so much for staying connected with me. Thank you so much for connecting. Really, I mean that. This chosen's path is not a joke, especially in these days. I had to surface for y'all. So stay connected, stay blessed, and let the light in you continue to shine as you remain one with the sun. Bless.